This video is made possible by Practical Defense Systems, the best online security training at the lowest prices. You can start your security career today online at pdsclasses.com. Check them out. Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for all of your support of GunGuyTV. I am truly blessed by the fact that you watch this channel. I'm very grateful that you do. Thank you very, very much. Please do check us out on these other alternative platforms because some of them are really solid and not going away. BitChute is one, the Utah Gun Exchange is another, GunStreamer and so on. The other ones are big tech, so you just never know. Certainly YouTube criticizes the tar of gun channels and sometimes deletes things. So if you wouldn't mind checking us out and subscribing to one of those, I think that would be a great idea. And that way, if something happens to us on YouTube, you can find us elsewhere. GunGuy.tv is an example of that. That's not going anywhere either. You might also check out the GunGuyTV Firearms podcast. I do it twice a month, and it is distributed and syndicated on all of your favorite podcast players. We also put a video version on the video places as well. All right, what am I talking about today? Reloading, because ammunition is next to impossible to get. The problem is there are certain components for reloading that are really, really tough to get to. Not most notably are things like primers. But why do I have primers and powder and like that? The reason why is because over the years I've adopted the philosophy that when it's available, if I have the money, I will get it and stock up on it. So when primers became available and I could get a lot of them, I bought a lot of primers. You can tell. I mean, I can pull down boxes and boxes of primers for you. And the reason for that is I know that sometimes they're available and sometimes people go batty and you can't get them. Bullets are the same way. I try to stock up on bullets for range stuff, and that's why I have boxes and boxes and it keeps going. I could keep going for a while, actually. And boxes of bullets, okay? Same thing with brass. I tend to collect a lot of brass, and I try to make sure that I have that stuff because I have the room. What the heck? And that way, if I'm ever stuck and I can't I can't shoot or anything, I can make my own ammunition, and I tend to do that on a regular basis. So this guy called me from Mobius Brass. He's a one-man band, I think, or maybe a two-man band, I don't know. Super nice guy. This guy could not get nicer if he had to be. We had a long talk on the phone. And he told me that he processes this brass. He has deals with the local ranges, and he processes brass and cleans it up, and he sells it. And I said, well, he said, I want to sponsor your channel. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? I want to send you some brass. I said, okay, send me some brass. So I said, well, I'm loading 45s right now if you want to send me some 45s. And I didn't know he was going to send me brass. I mean, here's some like 5.56 and 38 special, and what's he got here? 9mm. 357 Magnum, and of course, a whole bunch of 45 ACP. Now, obviously, the only thing I've loaded yet is the 45 ACP, because that's what I'm loading right now, and that's what my progressive press is set up to do. So I've loaded a bunch of that, because I've got the bullets for it, and I got the primers, and now I got more brass I know what to do with. But in any case, dealing with the guy is really simple. He's got a great website, and he does a good job. Now, I've got a variety of things here, so I'll show you what I got here. He sent me unprocessed brass for the 45. Now, what does that mean? That means you have to decap it. You have to tumble it. I'll speak English. I apologize. You have to remove the old primer. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a primer in there. And you can do that if you have a progressive press. It'll do it automatically if you set it up right. Or you can do it as an individual process. You can put it in your single stage press or something. And you got a decapping die. And now it's out. Okay, and then if you want to, you can clean the primer pocket or whatever. So you're going to have to do that if you order the brass unprocessed. And then you're going to want to throw it in your tumbler, which is what this is, and you throw the brass in there with some media, whether it's corn cob or whatever you're using, and that'll polish the brass up to make it look nice for you and clean it up. And then, then you can load it, and it's all nice and like that. And that's not stuff that he's going to do if you buy the unprocessed brass. On the other hand, we have here is fully processed 5.56. Let me open that for you. And you can see that that is nice and shiny. Basically, he's done everything to this brass that needs to be done in order for you to just put it in your loader and load it. Okay? So you can go everywhere from he got this at the range, and he separated out the unloadable brass, the steel and aluminum or whatever, and cases, and so you just have brass in it, but it's not processed all the way to fully processed, and it's up to you. And like I said, he sent me a 9mm. This is fully processed, 357 Magnum dry tumbled only, and 38 Special dry tumbled only, and then the unprocessed brass here so that I could see the difference. I'm super impressed. Now, he's not going to be able to get you primers and bullets. That's not what he does. But without all of the components, primers, brass, bullets, powder, you can't load anything. So if there are components available, my advice is buy that while you got the money. And then when something else becomes available, whether it's powder, I've got some 700X and Unique and Bullseye and some other stuff up here, or whether it's primers or brass or bullets, grab them when you can get them. So this guy, I'm just telling you right now, I do recommend him. He's a really neat guy, very, very nice. I don't know, since he's a small operation, I don't know if he's going to be super efficient as far as his website is concerned. Maybe not. I haven't tried it. I just talked to him on the phone. So if you find that it's challenging to purchase on the website for some reason, which you may not, I would suggest contacting him directly and placing an order, and he'll get the brass to you. And it comes in these nice, it's extremely well done. And by the way, his counts appear to be accurate. So if he says there's 500, there's 500 plus a little bit. So you're not going to be shortchanged on how much brass you get. He actually sends you plus, it's like if this one says 1,000 plus 3%. So he puts an extra 3% in there for you to make sure that you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck and that he doesn't shortchange you in any way. So check it out, Mobius Brass. The link is in the description. I highly recommend the guy. I'm just super impressed with his work. And like I said, I've loaded some. I got a couple of boxes here, and I've got some more here I've already loaded of 45 ACP. And when I get done with those, I'll start working on 9s for my wife. But that's one more way for you to avoid the ammo rush in the future, because they come and go, just like everything else. It ebbs and flows. There'll be a time when all this stuff is available again. Stock up when it is. But in the meantime, here's a place where you know for sure you can get brass. Thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful week, and wherever you go, whatever you do, stay safe.